Hi Kushal, this is Sam here from WPVender. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of your website here, any issues that I notice, and give you a quick advice of what you can just fix on your end. And later, if you do feel like you need more of a custom design, we can talk about that. So let me get started. First, this area, the prime area here, a few things. I feel like the logo itself is pixelated. You need to use a high resolution SVG file or high resolution PNG file to make the logo looks crisp. And then you can have a background that is maybe uh, maybe you can add a overlay. There's overlay settings. Maybe you can change that to have this a bit darker, so the search, the logo, and everything, the navigation stands out, pops out, because everything, most of the content here is white or lighter color. So this will give a better contrast. So work on this area to give better contrast. This search, for some reason, seems like some CSS issues here with this. You can see this extra border, some here double borders. So here I'll show you. This is the default classic design for the search. This is classic 2 search, and see whichever search works for you. But these are much cleaner. You can maybe try different search style to give that better look. I recommend trying a different approach to this one, because this is our classic design, and it gives a bit dated look to your website. So I would say go for a modern look, something like this, which is our newer version. And I would say this work on this. And I would even suggest trying a different variation of red. Uh, Maybe you can experiment with different variation of red. Maybe a little bit darker. I'm not sure. I mean, because I see that your logo is yellow, but the buttons are red. So maybe your logo can be red, same color. So work on that. So there's some consistency here with your branding. Leave some gap here, some breathing room. You see, there's a lot of breathing room here, but there's no breathing room on top. Work on that, and then guess this is good. Yeah. So this kind of slider style, I would say, um, with this one-sided corner. Maybe if you want to use this, I would reduce the spacing, reduce the radius for the corners, and maybe try that. And bigger problem is actually this whole thing is touching on the top. You need a breathing room around it, so doesn't look like it's just it's touching this thing on the top. So maybe you can add the same gray background to this section. So this seems like part of one section right now. It's like the title has a white background. The locations have gray background. I suggest trying this new element that we have for location. This is much modern and like really smooth with the number of location. It's uh, pretty good. It will give a pretty good look on your website. Here I would say add some space. Yeah, that's pretty much. Add some space here, white space here. Yeah, here I would say like this is not this button. I cannot mouse over this, so that's a problem. I mean, it should have some sort of mouse over if it's a button, which doesn't seem to happen here. Uh, this is, I mean, maybe you can consider making this as a whole box or rounded corner box or something with a lighter green or something, like, it's contained in a box. It will have a higher authority, or it will get more attention if you're trying to drive more attention here. Give it as a proper border, rounded corner border maybe, or a background, a lighter green background. If you want to use this, you can't use darker green because then it will not be visible. So yeah, you see there are buttons here, but there's no consistency to the button styles. Obviously, this is our default, and this is the add listing, and there is this button style with rounded corner. Then there's this button style with rounded corner. So you want to make sure there's some pattern or some hierarchy, or some theme that you follow, styling theme you can follow. Okay, there need to be gap here. Try to keep the gaps consistent, between each section. Like this is one hell of a gap, then there's no gap. So I would say maybe half of this gap you have can be consistent on every section, like on top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom of each section. Okay, each section. And then we have this shadow. No, big no to any shadow on text. That's a very outdated look. That gives a very outdated look. And yeah, I would say try using some, either the like call to action banners that are available, or you can use something from Elementor. Um, there are a lot of widgets that give you, or what you call plugins that give you free template, call to action template, instead of, I think you try to design this yourself. Um, so this, like, a lot of empty space here, so I don't know what's going on, why you have this empty space. So yeah, this white space is good, but it needs to be consistent. We need to be even between sections, to really build up the rhythm and flow for your website. Right now it's not doing a good job. Like, you see here, this image, if you probably need to fix this image so it doesn't leave this unnecessary gaps and stuff. So yeah, try to work on the home page, and hopefully if you are able to improve this, then we can look at other stuff.